Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto Coffee Club. Nice to be back again, streaming live. Hey Crypto Pappy, how's it going, mate? Yeah, so today, just been looking at the charts this morning, and there's some interesting movements, and just trying to find some live entries here on stream. Hopefully we can time it right. But yeah, I'll dive into the charts now. I also want to show you something interesting on the ETH daily time frame for a bit of a long-term view. So I'll jump into that shortly as well. It's similar to what I'd covered on Bitcoin, and yeah, it's also happening with ETH, which is quite interesting. And again, it shows potential for huge upwards price movement in the price of Ethereum in the relatively short term. So I'm looking forward to diving into that too. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I've not done a huge amount of live streams, and sometimes I make mistakes with the audio. So hope everything is coming through clearly and you can hear me fine. So let's just look at Bitcoin, which is what we're on now. We're on the 5 minute. So what's been interesting on the 5 minute, Save with Crypto has actually been covering this in a few videos where he's looking for a Stonksy to go green on the 5 minute time frame and waiting for that bullish confirmation arrow. So I've been waiting for that myself. On the 5 minute here, I'm expecting it to come through fairly soon. There we go. So we can see here we had on the 3 minutes, okay, we've just come short on the 3 minute actually, but Stonksy did go green down here and it called it quite well, to be honest. And yeah, it's what I see now. We were hitting this, so it also went long on the 1 minute. I checked earlier, it hit it quite well from down here, coming all the way up. What's interesting, we had this bullish continuation, even though it exited the trade soon after. But if we go back to the 5 minute, what I'm waiting for, I drew out this line here, this one, and I was waiting for price to break out above this trend line. And it looks like we've done that and we're coming to retest it now. So what I'm hoping to happen is a little retest of this support line here, then the 5 minutes to go green. That's what I'm hoping for. We might get some early indicators of this being the case on maybe the 1 and the 3 minute time frame if we get Stonksy going green there. But I think, yeah, holding above this line is a good sign for now. And it could be argued that this is like a W pattern. It's not a very clean one, but it could be the case where we break above this. We could see a nice move back up to around here. In fact, let's draw it out now and see if it coincides with any price action. Let's see. This isn't the cleanest W, so I don't know how much gravity we can put into this, but it works out quite well. You can see it brings us to here, which is an area of, we've seen some price activity around here already. So it could be a decent target, we'll see. But given my previous videos, my long-term view of Bitcoin is incredibly bullish. I'll jump into Ethereum now because the reasons are the same as to what I've seen in the charts. So let me quickly jump over to ETH. Before I do, let me just check this 5 minute chart, see if there's anything else happening. Okay, what's also interesting, well, I would like a long here soon. So again, if you look at my previous videos, I've always covered this strategy where price coming lower to a key level, which is now conveniently drawn out by Stonksy. We had price coming lower here, and we had it come to a key level here that's drawn out by Stonksy. Then if you look at the momentum oscillators, we had a slightly higher high. So it's a bit of a bullish divergence taking place there. So really wanting Stonksy to go green on the 5 minute now. That would give me a lot of confidence to enter a long. Let me just check the 3 and the 1 minute before I get into my long-term ETH TA as well. So see 3 minutes going red, but I'm not too concerned because if we hold above this level on ETH, that's a significant level here. There we go. This, sorry, on a Bitcoin is a 200 MA here, so I think we may just go back down to retest that before that upside. If we do see it, maybe that's when we'll get that 5 minute green after that's been retested at the 200 MA. When you zoom out, you can see it's a really significant place for price action all throughout this chart. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen here is a little retest because we've had a nice breakout above it. Let me check the 1 minute quickly. Okay, Stonksy's entering green on the 1 minute, which is quite interesting. And it's coming above that 20 MA as well. So yeah, let's see. I'll just check the 5 minute and I'll go into my long-term ETH TA. Okay, let's see how that plays out now. So jumping over to Ethereum, I'll show you why I'm incredibly bullish on this. So for full transparency, I'm an ETH bull, I'm an ETH holder. So take everything I say with a pinch of hopium. So going out to the daily time frame, I'll just reset my chart view. I'll hide Stonksy for the moment, just so it's a bit cleaner. Ignore some lines up here. They're lines I drew ages ago. Last time ETH was around its all-time high. So what we can see here on the momentum oscillators at the bottom especially is the money flow. So the money flow is this wave here. This red, when it's red, means money flows in the negative. When it's green, it means money flows in the positive. So green is bullish, red is bearish. So what we've seen for the past, let me see, since the start of this year, essentially, money flow went bearish. It went from a nice long period of being in the green here, where we did see decent prices in ETH all the way up here in the $4,000. So we had this nice sustained period of green, positive money flow, very, very bullish. But then we crossed below that zero line and money flow went into the red. And you see that started to happen around here. So price was around $3,017. So that money flow indicator was a good short signal there. But price continued to come down all the way here, and we got our recent lows in ETH. But what's interesting now with the money flow is this sustained period of negative money flow has now crossed above the zero line, and we've just gone into positive territory in the money flow in ETH. Now this is on the daily time frame. This isn't a 3 minute chart or a 1 minute chart, it's the daily time frame. So personally, I hold way more weight on anything that happens in these charts on the daily than I do on the shorter time frames. Now what makes me very interested is when we zoom out and look at the last time this has happened. So let's look at when we've had a sustained period of negative money flow and it's crossed into the green. Let's look what's happened to price, because it's not happened very often. So we see here, it's not as clean as it was just recently when we've crossed into the positive again. But we can see here a period of sustained negative money flow. It crossed slightly into the green here, went back down, then back up into the positive. So when we had this clear move from sustained negative to positive in money flow, we were here, around here. So ETH is $2,500 essentially. And when we stayed in the green, in the positive, we came up here to these highs of $4,000+. So again, really bullish sign in my opinion. Now looking back as to when we've had this last, so there's a little blip here. However, this isn't a long period of sustained negative money flow. we're looking for that, and here we see it again. So let's jump into this. We have the red negative money flow curving up, and it crosses into the positive here. So this is a long sustained period of negative money flow, and we crossed above the zero line here. So price at this stage was, let's say, here around $1,800, and that was then the sign to enter a long, and look where price came up to then. We had this fantastic move from here all the way up to all-time highs of over $4,000 again. So this shift in daily money flow going from negative to positive is rare, but when it happens, it's serious, in my opinion. So we're now at that stage. We've seen great price movements in ETH on the daily time frames, and it's coincided perfectly with this money flow becoming positive. Let's zoom in a little bit. It happened on this daily candle here. So when ETH went up to 2.2k, and it's looking good. Money flow is curving upwards nicely. It's not jagged and pointing back down. I think this could be it. Now, each time this has happened before, there has been a little bit of sideways. It's not immediately rocketed to the moon, but it's been an indicator about suggesting, okay, here's the time to be long in, here's not the time to be shorting ETH in the long term. It's the time to be going long on the long term. So I'm very interested in finding some more longs on ETH. I have my ETH positions, but for day trading, which I know Stonksy users and myself are also interested in, we need to look at the lower time frames now. What I have in mind is that I don't like shorting in bull markets, so I'm way more looking for longs than I am for shorts. Now, you can do the opposite to that as well. You can short and long. Stonksy's great for that. It does catch these shorts, but I'm just hopeful for these God candles each day to the green, and I think they could happen at any moment, and I don't want to be in a short when the long-term indicators like the daily chart are showing me that we're going to be hitting moon time in the immediate short term. Now, look, that's not financial advice, it's my opinion, but everything that's happening here, I've seen it before. I've seen market sentiment like this over the years, and I'm really confident as to where we're at, and I think we have a long way to go in the price. But let's now scan through the lower time frames to see if there's anything looking interesting in ETH for an entry now. So guys, this is literally live trading. I've had a little look at the charts, but yeah, I'm hoping to find an entry with everyone now. So let me see. So we're on the hourly time frame, just looking through. Let me get Stonksy back on. We need this now. There we go. Okay, we can see Stonksy still. Look how well this works. Like you do not miss these pumps with Stonksy. You'll get some chop now and again where you'll make slight wins, slight losses, break evens, but you don't miss the pumps. They're just not missed. Like, let's bring this way up. So you can see here we had a little bit of chop in the middle, but there's still profits. There's still profits here. There's tiny losses, there's tiny gains, and break evens. But look, significant pump here. Stonksy caught it on the 1 hour. We had it going green. We had the bullish confirmation triangle. Boom, perfect. Bit of chop in between here, and then again this significant move again. You do not miss it with Stonksy. It's gone green here. So when price was around, let me see, price was around $1,800. Even if you missed this, it had the bullish confirmation triangle here. So you could even have come in here when Stonksy indicated that you should do, and you're still be in huge profits now, all the way. It went up to 2.7k. It's now at $2,600. So phenomenal indicator, and it's still holding green on the hourly, which is a bullish indicator for me. So this is an insight into how my strategy works. I've looked at the daily. I'm bullish given what's being said. Let's look at the 4 hourly, the 1 hour. So let's see the 4 hour. Nothing showing on Stonksy yet for the 4 hour. But yeah, we'll just look at the chart still and scan down from there. So as we're here in the 1 hour, we're holding green. Then the time frames I like to look at are also 24 minute, 12 minute, and 6 minute. So let's see where we're at here. I've not used Stonksy in the 24 and the 12 minute before. I mean, it looks like it works, funnily enough. But I just like to look at these time frames for price action and momentum oscillators to see how everything is looking. Let's see, this could be an interesting fib level we're at. Yeah, so we could even see a retest down here at the 61.8. Price usually attracts to those levels after significant moves upwards. Well, let's see. Let's go down to the 12. Anything interesting here? Money flow is going into the red on the 12, which is something to consider. Nothing. Oh, what's interesting here, what could be forming on the 12 minute, so what I do like to look at on the 12 minute are bullish divergences. Now, what we could see happen here would be some nice confluence if this plays out. So remember I said that I should have left that fib level on the 61.8. But what we could see happening here is price where it's at now, coming down to test this level of support that's been drawn out by Stonksy. It may even come slightly below it and then break back above it. And what would be nice is this momentum wave to continue, and we'd have a nice bullish divergence then. So price would be coming lower, the momentum wave would be going higher. That would be a good indicator for a long, or to be ready for a long. And then we jump into the lower time frames, like the 5 minute, the 3 minute, the 6 minute, the 1 minute, to see where we're at for a closer to the mark entry. Let's see, on the 6 minute. By the way, if everyone can hear me okay, please do put a thumbs up, or just let me know all the audio is working in the chat. And I like trading Bitcoin and ETH, but all of this applies to any other tokens as well. So if you'd like me to look at another token now whilst we're on stream, whether it's Sui, Solana, anything, we can do that live. If we see a trade entry, I will take it. I've basically thrown $1,000 into a Blowfin account, and I'm trying to 10x that account basically, and I'm using Stonksy to do that. So, oh, thank you, Kaz. Glad to know it's all coming through okay this time. Yeah, I've thrown $1,000 into this, and I want to trade with it. I want to try and 10x it. I think in a bull market, I'm being too conservative. I should be more like TMG and try and 100x it. But yeah, let's see. Maybe I can. I don't want to put a cap on it. 10x it in the next few weeks. There we go. And 1,000x it by the end of the year. That's more ambitious. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so Lee Ashwords, Sui, please. Right, taking a note of Sui. So after this ETH, I'll jump into Sui and look for any trade entries there. And just a heads up, I'll be going in around 25 minutes. So yeah, I'll try and get as much as we can packed into this. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I do appreciate it. And yes, Lee, I'll check out Sui. It's on my notes to jump in after this ETH. So we're on the 6 minute with ETH. Let's see. Yeah, we exited the long position on Stonksy. We then had a bearish confirmation triangle, so a little bearish there. 6 minute isn't telling me too much, just pure price action wise. If I'm going to take anything from it, we tested this key support level and it looks like we may be holding it. I love how Stonksy draws these out now. If you see my earlier videos, I drew all these levels of support and resistance out myself. It took a long time, and people are always asking, how do you draw these lines? And I was trying to get around to do a video to explain it, but Now Stonksy does it for me. I literally do not do it anymore when it comes to levels of support and resistance, horizontal ones anyway. It's been an absolute game changer for saving time. Let's go over to the 5. Okay, interesting. We saw a little bullish divergence on the Kaz. It does save so much time. Stonksy's an insane indicator. If anybody's thinking about trying it, use the link in the description. There's a discount live at the moment. You get access to the bot, you get access to the indicator and the Discord. It's an incredibly valuable resource. I tried it and I've never looked back. Okay, so we see here price came down to this key level. We're drawn out by Stonksy. We had the momentum oscillators show a higher high, so that was a bullish divergence. So what I like to look for now is when this is happening with price, support and resistance levels, and the momentum oscillator, then I'm thinking, okay, what's next? What's Stonksy going to tell me to do? When is it going to tell me to enter? Because I feel like we're ready for a long very, very soon now. The 3-minute interestingly has now flashed long. What would be good for it to hold above this 20? Move these out of your way. Would be for it to hold above this 20 MA line here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, we want to hold above this for me to be confident with this Stonksy green, and also for this money flow maybe to come into the green fully as well. Let's check for 1 minute. Okay, Stonksy's green on the 1 minute as well, and rightly so by the looks of it. It's broken above the 20 MA, but I really want, it's telling me that we're ready to go long on the 5 minutes soon with Stonksy on ETH. Let me see. It's not gone in yet. What I'll do now, I'll check Sui, see if we can find a trade there. And then we'll jump back into Bitcoin, because actually I'll quickly check Bitcoin because I'm literally on the verge of placing a Bitcoin position. So I just want to check where it's at now. Okay, interesting. It's held above that line I drew out before. Let me redraw it. Where were we? I think we were here, something like this. Okay, now so remember literally a few minutes ago, I said we want to hold above this 200 MA to come into, yeah, looks like we're coming around that 200 MA level here. So this line, we've just gone up above it. We've retested it. This is interesting now. So if the 5 holds above this 200 and we get a Stonksy green, I'd be very, very interested in the long then. And if we get that bullish confirmation candle, I'm going to throw in a bit of an aggressive leveraged long. Like I said, I put $1,000 margin into this loafing account now, so that's what I'm going to be trading with. And to be honest, on Bitcoin, I'll probably be a bit ridiculous with the leverage. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm still trying to figure out how brave I want to be with the multiplication of this account, but I think at the very least I'll be going 9x, maybe up to in the 20s if I'm feeling crazy, but we'll see. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, we'll wait. I have an alert set up. I'd recommend anybody that can't be at the charts all day like myself to set up some alerts. So when Stonksy goes green on the 5 minute on Bitcoin or ETH, and red on Bitcoin or ETH, I get an alert on my phone, on my desktop, so it's really useful. And let's check out Sui. Guys, if I know there's not a huge amount of you in here, but if you could like the stream, subscribe if you haven't, would really appreciate it. If you can retweet it, I've shared the live stream on my X account as well. Yeah, appreciate any support you can give the channel. It all helps. Okay, so that's not Sui. So Lee, I'm checking out for you now. Sui, Sui USDT. I don't want to look at Binance. Where's Bybit? Yeah, I'll look at the Binance chart. Still a lot of volume. So I'm just about to jump into Sui now, Lee, but I'll look at these questions from Kaz. What leverage do I normally use and are comfortable with for swing trades? You've been scalping, trying different amounts depending on what trading, how volatile it is, and if I swing. Okay, so yeah, good question. With the alts, so I went through a period of trading the alts a lot, and I started it with, this was in my time with, using Stonksy. I started with using the same leverage that I did on Bitcoin on the alts, and it was just, even for me, it was just way too volatile. So when it comes to alts, even on the scalps, I won't go above 7x or something like that. It's just too volatile. But Bitcoin has enough volatility in it. It may not seem like that, but you compare it to TradFi, it's completely different beast, crypto to TradFi. So what we see in Bitcoin, it is enough. So what I do now, low leverage, even on scalps with the alts. With Bitcoin, with scalps, I'll go extremely aggressive. I've done 27, 25x for scalps on Bitcoin. Again, it's risky, but I'm comfortable with that on Bitcoin, not on anything else, not on ETH. Bitcoin is where I had that 20 plus X leverage. When it comes to swing trades with Bitcoin, 2 to 3x maximum. It can shift. You can have these days where there's some bad news and the market knee jerks, and you don't want to be in a 20x leverage trade then with significant margin. So swing trades from spot to 2 to 3x, that's it. With scalping for Bitcoin, 20 plus x leverage, which is a bit degenerate. But yeah, for the more volatile things, maximum 9x, maybe 4 to 9x on the smaller alts. But yeah, let's check out. Hope that was useful, Kaz. But yeah, let's see. Sui. So let's look at the daily for Sui. It's always interesting to zoom out. Wow, look at Stonksy there on the daily. Not messing around, is it? It's not messing around. And again, here, this is hilarious. You can open any chart on nearly any time frame. That's good to know, Kaz. You can open it on any time frame and you can just see it in action, working. It's phenomenal. So you look at Stonksy here on the daily. We went red. That you could have taken profits along key levels all the way down here. It's just fantastic. Same here. The latest time it went green. Look at all this price action you could benefit from. Fantastic. Let me hide it for this time frame, the daily. So, Lee, what I'm seeing already, so I haven't looked at this chart yet on the daily for a while, but exactly what I was saying for ETH and Bitcoin, you can see is the case with Sui. Had a long period of negative in the money flow, and we've just started to cross into the positive. We retested the zero line with money flow, and we've bounced back up, which is looking good. So if we look at the last few times this happened, we can see what happened with the price. Long sustained period of negative money flow. Sui was down here at under $1. We came then into the positive, and yeah, price went from here around under $1 all the way up to these highs of $5. So just looking at the money flow, trading it's pretty interesting. Where we're at now is Sui. Let's look at a time before that. Now we're all the way back here. let's see, we had a long sustained period of negative money flow. It's come into the green, into the positive here. See what I mean? There's always some little sideways action or a little bit downwards after it, but overall, zooming out, it really takes you to the highs. We went all the way up here. So from, let's see, 50, 60 cents all the way up to around $2, $1.80, depending on where you would have exited. So daily time frame for SUI is looking interesting. One thing that's is to take note of, we've had a higher high here. Sorry about that. Let me get my brush. We've had a higher high, and we're seeing a lower low on momentum. So that is a little bearish in daily time frame. However, in bull markets, these can show up and they can get invalidated just because of the buying pressure. But you do need to take note of them for sure. These bearish divergences on price action and the momentum oscillators, we do need to be keeping an eye on that. But let's zoom in with SUI. Now, SUI, I'm not a holder of. It's something I do want to hold on spot. I think it could be maybe this bull run Solana. Who knows? There's a lot of positive sentiment around it, and when things move, I'd like to be holding it. So 4 hour. Let's see if anything interesting is popping off here. Money flow is looking good in the 4 hour. We've broke above the negative, the zero line, and it's moving onwards and upwards, which is good to see. Let's get Stonksy back in now. Okay, Stonksy's happy with it on the 4 hour as well. It went green, we had bullish confirmation. Now, again, we're looking at longer time frames here, so anything we see we can hold more weight to. Stonksy's still holding green. It looks like we're just testing this key level here. Sorry about these signs where it says no trade on 60. I have in the indicator, no matter what time frame I'm looking at, it shows me whether Stonksy's gone long or short on the 1 hour time frame, just to give you give me a view of where price action is in that time frame. That was a tip which was shared by Save with Crypto on one of his videos. I'd really recommend checking out his stuff. I learned a lot from him as well. So yeah, really handy tip. So 1 hour. So Lee, I'm gonna zoom my way down to like the 5, 1 and 3 minutes to see if I can see anything short term, super short term with SUI. But like I said, long term on the daily time frame, it's looking really strong. Sorry if I go quiet. When I'm looking at these charts, and I've not prepared and looked at each of these charts before the stream. I'm looking at them as we speak, so sometimes I need to just focus a little bit to see if I can identify anything that's interesting. So Lee, on SUI, on the 1 hour, we've seen Stonksy go red, which I guess you could say is a little bearish. But what I think may happen if this move continues, we'll see it maybe retest this 200 MA line. At the moment, that's coinciding nicely with this key level of support drawn out. It's quite a heavy, thick green line there. So maybe we could see the confluence there. I'm not bearish on SUI. My thinking would be I'll wait for the price to go to that level, then I'll zoom in further to the 5 to 3 on the 1 minute time frame to find my long there. Let's look back at last time price action was around this 200 MA. Yeah, you can see it's quite a significant level. Price always gravitates towards it, and when it breaks out comfortably above it, we see a strong move. Yeah, it seems to act as a little bit of a gravitational pull for the price of SUI. So maybe we're getting close to it now. Maybe it will test it. But as the hours go on, this line should continue to go up a little bit as well. So we could end up testing it around here. Who knows? Well, let's zoom in further. 24 minutes. Wow. Okay, we're short on the 12-minute. Had a bearish confirmation on the 12-minute. What would be interesting, again, my favorite thing, is this to come a little bit lower, just past this key level, these two key levels drawn out by Stonksy, and we see the momentum oscillator. This one in a single wave form a higher high. That could be our good entry point, and it may coincide with what I'd said earlier on the hourly time frame to all be a nice bit of confluence. Let's check the 5-minute. So what I'm looking for now has been highlighted by Save with Crypto is just trading the background color, changing, and then entering up on the confirmation triangle if one shows up. So you can see that works quite well here with Sui. Pretty interesting actually. So we had the bearish confirmation and it went against us significantly, to be fair, which is sure shows that I do not like shorting in the bull markets. There's a lot of buying pressure all the time. Not to say there's not corrections, you can get 30% corrections in these bull markets. But yeah, it held the short, Stonksy. And if you'd been strict and listened to the indicator, you'd be in a nice bit of profit now. It had this key level drawn out for you here. For me, these are always take profit levels when I trade these lines by Stonksy. So it was, yeah, interesting. But yeah, Lee, it's still holding this short on the 5-minute. Let's see the smaller time frames now. Now these can be a bit more choppy. Nothing jumping out to me too much on the 3-minute. I can't say where I think it's going to be at. 1 minute again, we've gone short on Stonksy, but no confirmation arrows yet. And we're right near this 20 MA and the 200 MA line. Yeah, I can't see any entries on the 1 and the 3-minute time frame. I think I will see them when, look, this is starting to happen now. What I just said a few moments ago on the 12-minute. We were up here before. It's already come down here since we were just off the screen, off this time frame. Sorry. So if we come down to literally around here, it doesn't need to be much lower, just a little bit lower than this, where this candle finished here. And this momentum oscillator just ends up like this. And does this, that'll be a nice higher low. And then at that stage, I'd then jump into the 5-minute, the 3-minute, the 1-minute to find the entry. So long story short with Sui, long term, daily, hella bullish. On the 1 and 3-minute time frames now, uncertain. But on the 12-minute, I'm waiting for this bullish divergence to play out, especially if it comes into play around this key level here. And then, yeah, jump into those 5, 3, and 1-minute time frames to find that long position. Okay, let me jump back into Bitcoin. I've not looked at it for a while. I'm worried that what I've been waiting for has come to fruition. Let's see. Okay, interesting. We've not gone long on the 5-minute. A few things that I've mentioned have started to play out. We've come back up to test this 200 MA line. We've broke above it. We've retested it a couple of times, and this may be that sustained breakout above it now. Really want it to go green on the 5-minute. I cannot front run it. I just cannot. I'm guilty of that sometimes. Let's see on the other chart. So we're still red. on Binance, on Bitcoin with Stonksy, and on the index, but we're not in Bybit. We held above that line as well that I drew out, that wonky W. Check the 3 minute. 3 minutes worked out really well with Stonksy here. We didn't have a clean bullish divergence. There was one though. It wasn't in a single momentum wave. We had price come down. This key level here, drawn out by Stonksy. Higher high on the momentum oscillator. Break above the 20 MA. And Stonksy going green. It's like my textbook strategy, which I've always traded off since I started using Stonksy, and that's working out quite nicely. This line I drawn out, it's kind of retested it, and we're breaking above it now. We do see lower low on the momentum after a higher high, so maybe we come back to test this level. One minute on Bitcoin. Let's see. Nothing too much here. I mean, Stonksy's green, and it's been right. Yeah, so even for little scalps, Stonksy can be quite nice to be used. Yeah, we're just waiting for this 5 minute to go green. I have a feeling it will. We've broken above this 20 MA now. Sorry, the 200 MA on the 5 minute. We've broken above this key level drawn out by Stonksy here. I feel like any moment now could be a long. Let me check Ethereum. Here we go. I feel like Bitcoin is. I need to wait for the confirmations. It's easy for me to say, oh, I think it's going to be long, and then throwing in a 20x trade on $1,000 margin and being 20k in based on gut instinct, and waiting, preempting something that will happen on the charts. Need to be strict and wait for the indicators to say right now is the time. Yeah, just as a switch off YouTube, that's likely. I've got a few minutes left, and yeah, I think just after that I'll get my alert saying long in the 5 minute. But what I'll do if that does happen, I will put it in the Discord. And just a reminder, anybody that's watching who hasn't tried out Stonksy yet, you can try it for a month, and there is a discount code available. So just use the link in the description below, and you get access not only to the indicator, but to the Discord, where you can ask questions of TMG, who's an Unreal trader and the founder of Stonksy. There's other community members there. It's a really valuable resource. And also you have then access to the bot as well, which trades for you using Stonksy without you having to go on your computer or your phone at all. So let's see. Yeah, maybe we'll come and test this 20. I know we have already tested this 20 MA line on ETH on the 3 minute. And we're holding green on the 1 and the 3 minute. And we've broken above the 200 MA on the 1 minute, which is significant, I guess. Last time we had a clean breakout above it. We were here at 2.6 and we moved up to 2.687. Not bad. before I go, are there any other tokens that anybody would like me to take a quick look at? I'm hoping just before we bounce off, we can see this long opportunity, so for me to do the live trade. But maybe I should get a tiny account as well, so where every time we do a live stream, I'll do a trade and we can watch it. I think I'll do that actually. I'll open up a sub account on Blowfin and I'll have a live stream account. That might be a bit more fun. So then we're in a trade no matter what, but then we can look for, you know, a proper trade using the other account. Let me know if that sounds better for you guys and I'll get that set up. Yeah, so Stonksy's holding short on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. It is holding short. I mean, you see on the 1 hour, see these MAs, they're significant. I like the 20 and I like the 200. Price is battling now. Zoom in. See here with the 20 MA line. We're wanting a close on the hourly above that. You can see how the close above and below impacts it semi-recently, so that we had a close below it here. We saw a price action come down. It retested it, but it didn't open above it. And yeah, we came all the way down. Back here, we can see the 20 MA. Price closed above it, finally. And we saw a nice price action upwards. Before that, a significant close below it. And yeah, we came significantly down from there. But maybe we see, I think we'll close above it. I think we will. Only close, coming back up to the 0 line. Had a green dot here, which is usually a good sign. Right, we have one here. Saw price action come up afterwards, which is good. You know, holding above this 200 MA on the 5 minutes still, which is good, but we've not had like green alert from Stonksy yet. And yeah, the reason we're waiting for this is last time this happened, it was a fantastic opportunity. We had Stonksy, zoom in a little bit. Here's Stonksy go green here. And we had the bullish confirmation, a green triangle here. So this would be our entry point, and yeah, unreal trade. Taking out profit along the way at these key levels drawn out by Stonksy. That's how I play these trades. Yeah, just waiting for that to pop up now. Let's check Solana while we're here, in case there's any little entries we can do on some of the alts. Doge. No. Check out ETH again quickly. Yeah, I feel like very soon we're going to see those 5 minutes go green. Right, we're green on the 3 minute. That was the 1 minute looking on ETH. Green as well. Yeah, I don't think it'll be long till we get that 5 minute confirmation. But yeah, like Kaz said, it's probably just going to be as I jump off the stream, which is typical, but as long as we catch it, it's all good. Yes, going to my watch list here, I have obviously Bitcoin and ETH on a few of the exchanges, but also some other coins that I like to look at. See what Stonksy's saying with Pepe on the 5 minute. No entries confirmed yet. Yeah, look, so one interesting thing before I go, in the Discord there is a section where you can ask TMG questions, and semi-recently I asked him, what are you doing with Stonksy right now? What are you finding success with? And he said, look, it's free money, just go on the 5 minute time frame, wait for it to go long or short and take profit early. And so I looked at everything, I tried it a few times myself, and lo and behold, it really works. So if we look here, just using that strategy, nothing else, forget all I say about divergences, money flows, all of that. Let's look at last time this happened. So we had it here. We were red on, let's see the candle, this candle here. Price ended up coming down, take profit early, little profit to be made there. You may have ended up breaking even. It was a bit of a choppy one, but here we go. We went red on Stonksy here. We even had a bearish confirmation here, and look at this, just profits to be made all along the way at key levels. For a sustained period of time, even if you waited for Stonksy to close the trade, still a fantastic gain on Pepe. Look, I'm just like, this isn't prepped, you just see it working. Stonksy going green, price came down, so like TMG said, taking profits early is the key. And here we go again, Stonksy going green. Price did come down, but again, if you wait for that bullish confirmation, which happened here, so you missed this dip if you're waiting for that candle, and then yeah, here we go, price can take profits at these key levels that have been drawn out here by Stonksy. It even went past it. Fantastic. Let's see, so XRP, wow, look at this, this is having a green day. Yeah, so it's in the green. Interesting. Let's see what that's saying right now. Are we not in any trades on the 5 minute with XRP? My gosh, look at this. This is 3 days ago. So if you're looking out for this, forget everything else. Go green. Bullish confirmation triangle. Doing that blind, simple strategy. Look at this. Stonksy goes green, bullish confirmation triangle, and my goodness, what's the gain now? Let's measure that. Let's see if you got it on the close here. 11.94% in 21 hours, so in 2 days. Now on some leverage that we've been talking about, that's a horrifically profitable trade, even on 3-4x. But you know, if you go up to 9x, if you're a complete degen with alts and go up to 20, that's insane. So it's really interesting to see that on XRP. Let's look at this 3 minute with it just in case. Yeah, it's a little choppier. 5 minutes a good one for that. Let's check our Bybit for XRP while we're here, if we have it. Why is it only showing me spot? There we go. Yeah, still a little choppy. So yeah, 5 minutes to one for XRP. Now I'm going to add this one to my watch list because that is that's working really well with the 5 minute. So sorry guys, I was just checking something then. Add it to my watch list. There we go. XRP is on there. Yeah, got quite a watch list here, everyone. So again, Chainlink. My goodness, if we could just sit here all day waiting for Stonksy to go green and red and wait for those bullish confirmations, I think we could all retire. Look at this. This is a joke, honestly. How? So it's actually insane. It makes you just want to think, do we just sit here all day and do exactly that? Like jump on a live together, trade with Stonksy, and just make absolute gains. I'm gonna get my brush. Look, that strategy again. Stonksy going green. Bullish confirmation. Where did this go? Bullish confirmation candle here. So you got it at the worst point you could. 7% in 10 hours. So in a day, 7% on leverage. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Let's see. Again, so here, Stonksy went red and green, but without those bullish confirmation triangles, we don't enter based on that strategy. Here again, Stonksy going red. We have the bearish confirmation triangle here, and best that you could have done here was 5% in 3 or 4 hours. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, oh my god, like this it doesn't stop. Okay, link, I'm putting a red flag next to that one if there is. There we go. I know you so it's when you see my watch list here, these red little flags, they're ones I really look at. But it's working well with link. Oh my goodness. I love seeing this when it works. Look, yeah, so it worked there. We just checked that one, my bad. Okay, we didn't get the bullish confirmation there, but it worked well. Interesting, very, very interesting. Algorand, let's see. Kaz may try that on link. Yeah, you know what'd be really cool? If you just ping us in the Discord if you find any alts where this is working really well on the 5 minute. That'd be really interesting to know. Oh, this is good. My chart's broken. Let's see. Okay, Algorand. I've done something to make this blow up. Okay, I blew up all my charts. How do I fix this? I press something. The reset chart view isn't letting me fix it. There you go. Sorry about that. Secret. It's a volatile one. I've tried to trade this before, but my gosh, it moves. But here we go. So this is a harder one. We did get the red on Stonksy, the bearish confirmation. It was correct, but the trade did go against you. It held it, so that's when, you know, it requires a steady nerve to hold those positions. But it was correct in a significant way. Yeah, not as exciting as the other pairs where it's worked. Yeah, Popcat, look at that. Bullish confirmation, look at all of that upside. Bearish confirmation, look at all of that. Just insane. Bullish okay, Popcat is going with a red flag for this strategy. That's seems to be nailing it. Yeah, I don't know if Dave's covered the 5 minute on his live streams on the Stonksy channel yet, using this strategy with Link. But yeah, maybe if I'm around, I'll tell him to check it out as well, because it's smashing it. ICP, wow, again, it went red, bearish confirmation, down, went green, bullish confirmation, just silly games. Here we go again. Okay, so it seems to be working well on the large market cap alts as well as Bitcoin and ETH, like Chainlink, ICP. Podcast's not a large cap, but it's a large cap for memes, I guess. It's working quite well. Sand. I'm not going to flag all of these. I don't have the time to trade all of this, but it's an interesting strategy, isn't it? We can see, we're just live looking through all of these now, and it's working really well. I don't know what's going on with my trading view here. Okay, I'm not going to go through this entire list. We'll check Bitcoin quickly, see where we're at. What is going on with my trading view, guys? Okay, let's see how this Bitcoin's playing out. Looking good, isn't it? I'll probably retest this level around here, these previous closes, and then maybe it's go time. It's looking strong. That was a nice sustained break over that 200 MA there. Let's see if it holds it. Yeah, Kaz, those alerts are so useful, really useful. Yeah, I think Link seems to be working really well. I may do that myself, actually. Yeah, because I've not entered the trade yet, and maybe that's where we could get that entry. Okay, check the 3 minute. So even here on the 3 minute, Stonksy's been great, really great. Yeah, I think now my strategy for this account, where I put in $1,000, I'm just going to be super strict with it. When I see a 5 minute green and the bullish confirmation, I don't want to do it on shorts, but you know, maybe I should, but I just don't want to. I'm just going to wait for because we're in a bull market and I don't like to short in them, maybe at my own detriment. There's probably gains I'm missing out on, and especially in bull markets, the shorts can be insanely lucrative. But I'm going to wait for those greens on ETH, on Bitcoin, on Link now as well, because yeah, I'm also going to set that alert. And yeah, as soon as we get a green and a bullish confirmation, I'm going to put in a pretty aggressive long and take profit early. So I'll take profit at any key levels that are being drawn out by Stonksy on the short-term time frames, and see what we can grow this account to. But I'm going to have to jump off now. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And just a reminder, if you haven't liked the video, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps the channel. Please share this. I've posted it on my X, if you can retweet it. And please, if you haven't already, give Stonksy a go. Try it out for a month. There's a link in the description. There's a discount at the moment. You get full access to this indicator, the bot, which trades for you, and also the Discord. And there's a section in the Discord where you can ask TMG questions. He's around a lot. He'll answer them. He's answered my questions, and it's just such a valuable resource best community in trading which I've ever come across. So yeah, give it a try. Anyway, all the best, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Crypto Coffee Club.